When you're starting a new online business, let's face it, advertising is the quickest way to get money flowing in the door. But there's a huge problem. Not everyone has tens of thousands of dollars that you can just blow on ads that don't bring results. So in this video, I'm going to show you a quick and easy 5-step formula so that you can launch your business with killer ads that practically force people to click and buy from you. And the beauty of this method is that you don't have to have a bank vault full of money in order to succeed. The strategy I'm going to show you makes it simple using AI so that complete beginners can profit without breaking the bank. And I would know, I've been making millions of dollars myself running ads on basically every platform under the sun. If there's an ad platform from it, chances are I have run ads on it. And as an example, using a strategy like this one, I generated $180,000 from just a single ad over on Twitter, or are we calling it X now? So whichever you prefer. But if you're not a business veteran like me, you probably don't even know where to begin for getting profitable, successful ads running. So don't worry, keep watching, and you're going to use my 5-step blueprint so that you can get ChatGPT to write your ads for you. You will be shocked by just how good these ads are. And by the way, watch this video all the way to the end for a special bonus. I'm going to give you all the prompts. So you're going to see me doing prompting where you're giving instructions to ChatGPT. If you want my prompts, hang around with me through the training. And at the end, I'm going to give them to you so that you can copy and paste your way to big ad profits. And with that, let's dive in. Now, like usual, I have a slide deck to go along with this presentation, and it is filled with resources and materials and instructions and help about how to apply what I'm about to teach you. And if you'd like it, it's free. You can download it, it's totally free. All you need to do is join our Ingeniosity newsletter, which is free. On top of all the training and stuff that we're going to give you in our newsletter every Friday, you'll get this deck so that you can download it and go through this training without having to refer back and forth to the video. You'll have everything in writing that you can use to implement what I'm teaching you today. All right, and with that, we're going to get in, and we're going to be using ChatGPT to do this. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring our very own producer, Nick, on, and he's going to help us with this. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to prime ChatGPT. And one of the things that I have found that works really well for me, if I'm using ChatGPT as my AI language model, right, the AI tool that I'm going to be using, you need to kind of orient it and get it started so it's kind of focused on the right thing. We call it priming. And you do this by first starting out and telling ChatGPT the role that it is going to play for you, what kind of expertise that it might have or need to have, and other things it needs to know in order to get started. And we call that priming. And so producer Nick, go ahead. Let's prime the conversation to get it started.
All right.
And you can see there the copy that he put in. He says, you are a professional direct response copywriter. So he's telling ChatGPT to act like that. But he's telling you specialize in short form ads, and he sets it up, and then he asks at the end, do you understand? So he tells ChatGPT all the roles that he wants it to play, the knowledge he wants it to bring, and primes it. And then you can see ChatGPT responds that it is ready. So which makes us move on to the next step, and that is to educate ChatGPT on the offer. So this is what you are selling. We have to tell ChatGPT a little bit of info about what you're selling. We have a big prompt here that we're going to use for this. Go ahead and pop that in, Nick, and then we'll fill it out. So for this ad that we're going to build here live, let's make it for my 5-day challenge. Does that work for you?
Sure. So for the first question we need to answer is, what is your offer? So what do you want to tell ChatGPT about the 5-day challenge?
So my offer is a 5-day AI challenge called put quotes around it, the 5-day wealth engine. It's a weekly challenge that starts every Monday. I teach people how to build an entire business using AI. And maybe we should say I build an entire e-learning business. So then we have to tell it who our target audience is. And in this case, that would be entrepreneurs interested in building a new business or making money online. Now, the next thing, we need to tell it what problem does your offer solve? And the problem that my offer solves is it can be a complicated and confusing process to start a new online business. Okay. And then next sentence, it is also challenging to learn new AI tools and how to use them since they're constantly evolving. All right, so now audience, you can kind of see how I'm gearing it up here, telling them about the 2 biggest problems that I help people solve in that 5-day challenge. And you think we need to give more, or I think that's probably enough, right?
Probably good.
Okay, let's move on to the next step. So what transformation can a customer expect? By the end of the 5 days, they will have a business ready to start making profit online. They will have launched using various AI tools. Okay.
All right.
So proof of credibility, you can say, I have been successfully starting and running businesses online for over 25 years. And I have personally generated over $100 million in revenue across all my companies. So for you, for those of you watching this training, this is all going to be applicable to you. Obviously, I'm making this about my offer while we're doing this demo. But for you, you need to really think about how to answer this question for you and your company. And you don't need to be a guru or somebody who's got a ton of experience. You don't need $100 million in results like I have. You just need to be able to describe, why is your offer credible? Why is what you're saying valuable? It can be also, maybe it's the credibility of the person that you got the product from, or who helped you, or it could be a partner or a spokesperson, or any background information as to what proves that the product works and is trustworthy.
So are you ready to submit it?
Yeah, so that's it. So we're done with this prompt. Okay, let's submit it. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so it's ready to go. In the deck, we're going to move to step 3. Here's some examples that you can see in the deck when you download it. So step 3, we're actually going to write what's called the hook. The hook just might be the most important part of this entire thing. We're making a video ad is what we're designing here. And you're going to have a script, and it's going to be either spoken by you, or you can use an AI voice. If you don't want to use your own voice, you use an AI voice or an AI video, which we'll talk more about in a minute. But you need it to be a spoken word script. And the very beginning of one of these videos is the hook. Some people might call it the intro, right? But this hook is so important. It has to grab people's attention and make them feel compelled to listen. And you want it to be designed to grab only your perfect ideal customer, not everyone in the world. You just want it to speak to your ideal customer, the people that you want to do business with, who are more likely to give you money. So you want this hook to speak personally to them and no one else. And you want it to grab their attention and make them feel like they just have to keep watching this video. That's the purpose of the hook. And it is, again, I think, the most important part of the entire script, of the entire video. And so for this, we have a prompt that Nick is going to be submitting. And again, you can refer to the deck. We'll give you examples and more information here. Let's go back to ChatGPT, and we'll go to that next step. We're just giving it instructions on what we want the hook to look like. And you can modify our prompts, or you can make your own. So there we go. So there are a variety of them here. Which one do you like, Nick?
Yeah, I like the start for 2. What if you could launch a business in just 5 days? I also kind of like the second half. Most people are doing it wrong.
Okay, cool. Let's go with that one then. So we'll go with that one.
Yeah, let's go with 2.
Okay, cool. So I like that, but you're going to have a variety of choices. And by the way, so for those watching this video, you could also, if you don't like them, you could, at this point, you can literally talk to the AI and you can say, well, I like this, I don't like that. Can you give me more? And it will give you more. You look at those 10 results and you don't see anything that speaks to you, you don't think is right. Just give the AI some feedback and ask it to give you some more. And it's really, really good at taking your suggestions and giving you different angles and different ideas. I went through this process literally this afternoon, and I had to do that. I had to kind of go back and forth with the AI, giving it feedback.
What I like to do is, when it gives me like 10 variations, I pick my favorite, or I pick my favorite 2, and I say, give me 10 more variations that are like 2, or that are like a combination of 4 or 5. Is that something you like to do?
Yeah, I mean, as I guide it, I do. I ask for more examples. So rather than just asking for one, I'll ask for like, hey, give me more like this, less like this other thing. I'll tell it what I like and what I don't like and ask for more examples.
Now I move on to the next part.
In there, you'll notice that ChatGPT, sometimes it will ask you, are you ready for me to write the whole script? You don't want it to do that. You want to ignore that for a moment, because we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to guide it a little bit on how we want it to do the script. And so step 4 is all about how to make it so that we really identify and amplify the pain points. If you've ever heard of this, there is a famous copywriting persuasion line that talks about identifying the problem, agitate it, right? Make it, poke it, prod it, amplify it, agitate it, and then offer a solution. So that is the formula we're going to be using here. So right now, we really want to focus in on the problem that our potential audiences experience and agitate it. And with this script, we're going to be letting ChatGPT know this is the formula we want to use. instead of just letting it do whatever it wants. So we're going to be taking control based on that. Here are some examples that you'll be able to get in the deck when you download it. I'll go back to ChatGPT. So producer Nick, can you go ahead and pop that in? One thing I'll say as it's spitting this out is you might have different structures that you may want to use for your script. And so you may not want to go with the problem, agitate, solution formula. You can go with other types of formulas. But for simplicity for today's training, that's what we have focused on. If you'd like more training on the psychology of how to write copy and how do you write sales messages and emails and other things, let me know. Pop that in the comments in this video and let me know if that's something you'd all be interested in. There are dozens and dozens of different strategies that you could use here. In fact, Nick, we put together a whole guidebook on this. It was 120 different persuasion strategies in that guide that we use?
Something like that, yeah. I think like 110.
Anyway, if you are interested in more training on that, definitely let me know in the comments, and we'll talk about that on the channel in the future. Which variation do you like?
Yeah, I've been reading them while you were chatting with the audience. I personally like the first one it came up with, variation 1.
So you told it that. Now we'll go back to the slide deck. Okay, so which takes us to step 5. Why'd you call it Deus Ex Machina?
Oh, Deus Ex Machina. It's a trope in
Deus. Sorry, my Latin is a little rusty.
It's a trope in literature. It means, I'm gonna butcher the translation, but it means God from a machine.
Okay.
And what that means is a lot of playwrights or people writing stories, they'll write a story and then they realize when they come to the end, they've set up a conflict and they don't know how to resolve the conflict. So they'll just like pull something out of thin air that's usually kind of ridiculous or unrealistic or doesn't match the flow of the storyline. Really,
so it's looking like for a magical solution with hyperbole, kind of like a bold magical solution with hyperbole. So you're hyping it all up, right? Right? Okay. Yeah. So a little trivia for the audience. Nick was a Latin. How many years of Latin did you do?
Oh, God. Like 3 or 4. I forgot almost all of it. And I even did a year of Greek, ancient Greek.
Yeah. So he studied ancient Latin. Well, there's no other except ancient Latin, but so he studied Latin and ancient Greek in school. It shows sometimes. All right, cool. So now we're going to use this prompt and we're going to be telling ChatGPT to come up with this bold, hyped up solution. Let's do that. So I'll put it back on your screen and let's move on to that.
In this ad, I'm assuming the call to action would be to just click the link and go to the 5-day challenge, right?
Yes, call to action would be to click the link and join the 5-day challenge. Yeah. Okay, so we've submitted that and we've told ChatGPT what the call to action is, what we want people to do at the end of that ad. Cool. So do you have a favorite?
It always starts off very strong. I like variation 1 again. Yeah, I want to go with variation 1 again.
Okay, cool. So now one thing that I want to add too is depending upon how long you want the ad, I would love at this point, I can give it guidance. I actually would like a script a little longer than that. Let's go with variation 1, but please make it much longer. And at this point too, depending upon what you're trying to do, you can also give it more specific instructions of like, I want to make this 30 seconds or 60 seconds or, target length. So here's also where you can continue to give it feedback. So while telling it to make it longer, you could even say, please emphasize problem, agitate it more and make it longer, right? So you can give ChatGPT feedback, say like, tell it which variation you like, give it a little bit of feedback, and then you can tell it the target length of the ad you're trying to make. And in general, some examples will be depending upon what you're targeting with your ad. If you're trying to make a short form, like a vertical video that's going to go on like TikTok or maybe Instagram, you're going to want to go for a much shorter video length. I would suggest if you're trying to make something for short form content that you make it under 60 seconds. But in other formats, let's say YouTube or Facebook, where you might be doing a regular horizontal video, like a lot of times what I do, those can be much longer. And in fact, I like to make them longer. I like to make them about 2 minutes in length. And that's been like a sweet spot for me when it comes to those videos, 2 to 3 minutes in length for like a longer form horizontal. So that'd be YouTube or Facebook. You can even get away with that on Twitter. But for vertical ads that are going to be shorter, then I would tell it to do it under 60 seconds. So this is us in the future, because while we were live, the OpenAI service was down. The servers were crashed and it wasn't working at that moment. So we're coming back real quick just to show you the final product of what comes out when you pull it all together to get your final script. So producer Nick, do you want to show what will come out?
Yeah, so this right here, what we're looking at right here, that's the outro for step 5 of the prompt, the Deus Ex Machina prompt. And this is what comes out.
I won't read the whole thing 'cause it's quite something, but I'll start it off. But it doesn't have to be this way. The truth is, building an online business can be simple if you have the right system. So we've taken our problem, agitated it, made it hurt, and this is kind of the payoff. We come in as the savior, introducing the solution.
And that's
If we
good
scroll
copy,
down,
by the way, just from my perspective, this is sort of my specialty is in persuasion, sales, and copywriting. That's really good.
I should go and make an ad with this workflow, just using the copy we made from this conversation.
I would love to do that. Let's do that. Yeah, let's make an actual ad out of this, and we'll show it to everybody later.
Scrolling down, I asked it to bring it all together because I asked it to make a hook. Then I asked it to take the problem and agitate it. And then here's the call to action right here. So it brings it all together right here. I liked the structure and the flow of this, of what these prompts make, because it hooks you right in. It immediately takes the problem that the customer has, it riles them up and makes it really hurt. And then at the very end, we come in as the savior with that solution.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, so let's definitely make an ad out of this. I really like this copy and how it came all together. And this is a perfect companion to our other video about using Runway ML to actually now make the video. So you can take the script that you have right here, combine it with that training in that other video, and these two go together. So now you've got the perfect script that can be used, and you'll feed this in to have an AI voiceover combined with what we teach you in that other video, and you will have a really powerful commercial or ad that sells your stuff. So I think that's awesome. So in fact, let's make the ad right now, and we'll attach it to play after this. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So in just a moment, you'll see the actual ad created by using this script combined with our other video training on the channel. And with that, we'll leave you with the ad.
What if you could launch a business in just 5 days with the help of AI? That sounds amazing, right? The problem is most people are doing it all wrong. You've heard the success stories of people making money online, but when you try to start, it's like hitting a wall. Where do you even begin? What tools do you use? And how do you make it all work together?
So at this point, you will have your script for your ad, and now you can use this to create your creatives, and you have a lot of choices here. Now, I want to let you know, on the YouTube channel, we will have released, by the time this video is published on the channel, we'll have another training that you'll be able to watch that will show you exactly what to do with this script. You can copy and paste this script into other AI tools, and it will magically make you an amazing ad. You don't even have to speak a word or record yourself on video or anything else. It'll do all of the heavy lifting for you. That training will be published on the channel. We'll link to it in the description below and in the comments down below. So you'll just take the script that you got from this training and go use it in the next video that you can catch there. And by the way, we have all the prompts for this. I'll just let you know, everyone who gets the deck gets the prompt. That's how you get today's prompts. If you just joined the Ingeniosity completely free newsletter, we'll drop a link to it down below. Just go join that newsletter and you will be able to get all of the prompts. They'll be included with this slide deck when you can download it. So if you want to copy and paste those, grab that there. It's all free over at Ingeniosity's really awesome newsletter. So on top of getting great new entrepreneurial marketing, sales, traffic getting strategies, you get those every Friday, but you'll also get this awesome deck. All right, so last thing I want to ask you is if you want more training on the persuasion side of business, you want to learn a little bit more about how do you choose the right headlines and the right words to use in your scripts, what are maybe different strategies of how to write and package and put together different types of sales materials or emails or whatever. I'm curious if that's something that you are interested in. If it is, please comment down below. So you'll see in the comments down below the video, you can drop those in there and let me know if there's anything in particular you would like to learn when it comes to using persuasion, copywriting, and like online salesmanship to make sales. Do you want to learn how to write emails better? Maybe do you want a deep dive on different types of scripts that you can create for ads or anything at all along that line? Let me know your biggest questions and if you want more training about that, and we'll prepare it for the future. So we'll do some more training on those topics if there is enough demand for it. So again, drop that in the comments down below. And lastly, make sure that if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. We release content like this every single week, and I do a live show every Wednesday where you can join me live, ask me questions, and get help where I can bring my $100 million in experience and results over all these years of building these businesses online, and I'll help you with yours. So with that, I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now. I'd like to send you over 20 different playbooks, downloadable reports, presentations, and more free, all designed to help you start, build, and profit as an online entrepreneur. And they are all based on my $100 million in results across all of my online businesses. Because over the last 25 years, I have figured out what works and what didn't. But it took a lot of trial and error, a lot of painful lessons along the way. And I would like it so that you don't have to fumble around like I did over the years. Instead, I want to give it to you straight, the exact patterns, the exact steps that you need to follow to launch and explode your online empire this year and beyond. So whether you're just starting out or already have a business you want to grow, there is something for you, and it's totally free. So these playbooks, we release them each week, and a couple examples of them are already waiting for you in the vaults right now. These examples would be how I'm using Mr. Beast's leaked manual to blow up my own YouTube channel and make 6 figures from YouTube alone. Also, the next playbook is a simple content hack that made one guy over $1 million his first year. Also, another playbook is how one woman, she made $200,000 by borrowing traffic from other websites. Also, you'll see how to use an AI tool called Runway ML to generate AI ads that are 300% more profitable than traditional ads are. You'll also learn how to use Notebook LM, which is a different AI tool that Google puts out, and you'll see how to make tons of website traffic show up on your doorstep and explode your business. And then another example is our 5 profitable newsletter business ideas. So if you ever wanted to start an online newsletter or an email newsletter, you can start one in a single afternoon with this playbook. Those are just a few examples. There's tons of playbooks and other stuff, and we release more every single Friday. You will get another playbook that will cut right through the noise, will bring you a cutting-edge, new marketing or business building strategy that will help you either get more traffic, get more money, or make your business bigger. And these are filled with growth hacks, the workflows, the ideas, the strategies and tactics that will help take you from a concept in your mind to cash flow coming into your pocket, and it'll do it fast. Now, over my $100 million that I've made across all of my different businesses, I know what works. And some of them were very painful and frustrating lessons to learn. And now, through Ingeniosity, it's totally free, and I want to share my knowledge with you so that you do not have to go through that. And I look forward to seeing you inside the Ingeniosity members area. Remember, it's free, and each resource is carefully researched, carefully curated, and we check it against all of my hard-won $100 million worth of experience and make sure it's something that is working now, today. By the way, all of it's indexed, cataloged, and roadmapped. You can log in and find these. You'll never be left in the dust again. Some of the other things that you'll get as an Ingeniosity free subscriber is you actually get to learn behind the scenes of what's going on in my own businesses, so you can see what's working in them right now. So these are not just theories, things that I am doing in my businesses. You'll see real life business experiments and case studies that we're releasing. You'll get the practical blueprints, the growth hacks, everything you can deploy. It's like plug and play. You just take the training, implement it, and you can get results. So as a free Ingeniosity subscriber, you'll get all the practical cutting edge AI tactics that you can use right now in your business so you can participate in this AI revolution. It's all free. It's all right now waiting for you. Go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe. So you go to that link that you see on the screen or down below in the comments, click it, and it's totally free. I'll see you over there.